of what I call the real estate revolution. We are in the midst of the largest transference of wealth in the history of this nation. During a recession, real assets become devalued. Prices go down. You have institutions such as banks foreclosing on properties, and then in order to reissue those properties to the marketplace, they discount them. When that happens, it means real assets like single-family homes, like apartment buildings, they get cheaper, they get less expensive to own. So here at DC Capital, what we look to do is take advantage of those discounts. So this is a great window of opportunity for an investor, be it sophisticated investor or a brand new investor, to take advantage of these discounts. While a lot of people run away from the real estate market during a recession, we run into it. We look for opportunities. We become buyers, really aggressive buyers, during this type of a marketplace. So this recession is actually a great opportunity. The key to the process is the system. You need a system for doing this. I know a lot of people try to buy foreclosures on their own, but if you haven't mastered all of the processes, you can really get yourself in trouble. Our system is in place, and it makes for a predictable profitability, which is what most people don't have. Typically, we'll get a list from the bank about properties that they have currently foreclosed upon or are about to foreclose on. From that point, our acquisitions chief, Victor, will scan the properties. He knows the neighborhoods we like to purchase in. He knows where the properties are that we really want to focus on. He will identify those properties, and then he will jump in his car and go and see those properties. Once he's evaluated the general condition of the real estate, he'll bring that information back, and then Janelle takes over.
My name is Janelle Barlago, and I am the Managing Director of Daron Campbell Capital. I wear many different hats, but the main role that I have here is to essentially do the nitty-gritty stuff of the investment process. So I do all the due diligence, make sure the properties are exactly what we want. So we want to buy a property, and we want to make sure that, number one, we can market it and make our investors a little return, but at the same time also be able to get first-time home buyers, to own their first property.
Janelle then compares those properties to other properties that have sold in the area and makes sure of what we could resell the property for after it's been renovated. Once she's done that and has determined that the profitability is there, we sit down together and agree that we're going to purchase this property. We get back to the bank and finish the negotiations with the bank and move ahead. Once we open escrow, we usually have an escrow period of 15 to 30 days, after which we'll close that transaction. We always purchase for all cash, so there's no issues with banks or mortgages or loans that slow the process down. And once we've agreed to terms with the bank, we immediately meet with our construction manager, David. He's our in-house construction guy. So a lot of people go out and have to hire a contractor and spend way too much money hiring outside vendors. Our construction company is in-house. So our construction manager meets out there with us. We walk the property and we determine exactly what we're going to do. Well, here we are in the field. This is the other side of the equation. This is the hands-on, nitty-gritty, how we create value. We're at one of the homes that we recently purchased. This is the renovation process.
My name is David Wright. I'm the construction manager for DC Capital. Being the construction manager, basically what I do is I take the projects from beginning to end. I've been working with Daron now for about a year. I've known him for about 27 years. Basically, Daron gets the projects, we meet, we collaborate, we formulate a budget, a game plan. Daron will put in his input, and basically I make it happen. From a raw project to getting a finished project. Our projects, pretty much, we try to get them to where they sell themselves. Having a very nice kitchen, very nice bathrooms, whatever the project, and give them, the best project that we can. So first-time buyers or any buyers that come in here, it's a turnkey and it's ready to go.
By the time escrow closes, our construction team has purchased all of the materials. They know exactly what they're going to do and how they're going to do it, because it's imperative that our construction process take 21 days or less. Once we own the real estate, the construction team immediately jumps on that house. They paint, we'll put new carpet in, hardwood floors, ceiling fans, granite countertops, new cabinets, and we'll renovate that house from A to Z, top to bottom, in 21 days or less.
My name is Arthur Aslanian, and I'm in real estate development and an apartment owner. Daron has amazing work ethic. He has always been able to find the opportunity, and he's very credible. Him and I have, in the more recent past, developed very large condominium projects together, and in light of the market circumstances, it went very well, and we were able to communicate and understand each other on a very high investor level. I think that's very rare in the environment we're in. I'm very excited because Daron and I think we have a long future together. For the next 20, 30 years, we could be doing deals, and I look forward to maintaining a good relationship with him in the years to come.
I'm Rick Durgan, the operating principal for Keller Williams in Studio City and Hollywood Hills. Best opportunity is when you're looking at an agent is really what do they have to offer you, and that's inventory or knowledge of inventory. What Daron has is inventory out there, and he knows what's coming on the market before it hits the market, and that's really the person you want to be working with. And so with the foreclosure market, he has direct access to a lot of the foreclosures that are coming on the market before all the other realtors know about it. So what that gives you is a strategy as far as being able to get out there, get that property, turn around, sell it, and make some money. Well, he has amazing leadership qualities, and he's actually done quite a few training events in our company and had a packed room and very excited. People walked out of there inspired. When we're sitting at a recruiting appointment, which we just currently had with a big company, and they said, "Oh, you have Daron Campbell in your company?" And we said, "Yes, we do." And he said, "Oh, he's great." And he's the kind of people we want to be working with. So we were actually able to recruit a great company over to Keller Williams because Daron Campbell was here. So that says a lot for who he is and his integrity in the business, and people respect him. Yeah, he's always been in the top 1% in the company. And I think he's been the top 1% in every company he's been with. He's been with us, I think, for about 3 years. But his previous company, he was always in the top 1%. And he does, I guess, number 2 is not available for Daron. If I were a buyer or a seller and I had the opportunity to use Daron, I'd sign up.
My team and I here at DC Capital have purchased and flipped 12 homes so far this year. We have about 16 more in escrow. And what we've done is we've found discounted opportunities on homes in very decent neighborhoods that we've been able to buy and renovate and put back on the market and resell inside of 90 days. Now, we make no guarantees, but conservatively, we expect to make 20% or more on each of these homes. Up until this point, we've been averaging between 30 and 32% return on our investment. And once again, that's in 90 days. See, I think it's all of our responsibility. Once we succeed, that we go and teach others how to succeed. So for me, giving back is essential. I will always give back. And I've been through a lot in my life. I wasn't always privileged. My family, my parents were divorced. My mom raised us on her own. We got evicted from our home, actually spent a night in a car. And so I decided early on I was going to have to take control of my own destiny. So I go back to my high school, Dorsey High School's in the inner city of Los Angeles. I go back and speak every chance I get because I want to teach those kids that success can be yours. There's an opportunity for you to come from where you are, no matter what your socioeconomic background is. It doesn't matter. A lot of them have single parents. A lot of them have, difficult financial situations. A lot of them don't even have enough food to eat. So a lot of times they don't understand that they can rise up. And so I think it's my responsibility to go back and teach them that that can happen for them as well. The great thing about this is we don't resell these homes to big investment companies or investors. we resell these homes to first-time buyers. These are people from the neighborhood. They work there, they live there, but the key is they rent there. We're given an opportunity to own there. That's where pride of ownership comes from. We're helping people who have grown up, work, live in these communities, go back and own a piece of the neighborhood. A lot of the nonprofits out there have an opportunity to be partners in the community with banks and certain other institutions. And so sometimes these nonprofits have certain constituents that they're given money, they have programs where they have incentive to help people get into their first home. So what we do is we combine our opportunity to purchase discounted real estate from banks, foreclosures, and we help the nonprofits find qualified people in their constituency and help coach those people up to the point where they can purchase the home. And many times we're able to sell it to them at a discount because we bought it at a discount. So we'll buy that home, renovate it completely, and then be able to sell it to a constituent of one of the nonprofits that we work with and help someone own their first home.
I'm Dexter Henderson, CEO of the South Central Los Angeles Regional Center for Developmentally Disabled. One of the initiatives that we've been involved with over the last number of years with DC Capital is the purchasing of homes that we can renovate and remodel on behalf of our clients and our families. We're talking about, for the most part, low income, but good, hardworking families who happen to have children or a loved one with a disability, and it's difficult for them to find safe, affordable homes. And one in particular where they were living in a garage and then they moved into one of the properties that we purchased, and it was like the best thing since sliced bread for them, of course. That's the one thing that puts smiles on our faces when we're able to help a family move from, say, unsafe conditions to a home that essentially was the best home on the block at the time when they moved in, and so increases the stability of the neighborhood. And now we have other folks in the neighborhood saying, "Can you get me one of those homes as well?" And so that's one of the prize kind of circumstances that we could talk about. Daron has been amazingly professional. As I said earlier, he has represented or been involved with him in transactions where he was representing our partnership in the purchase of homes, but he's also represented me personally as well in the purchase of a home, and he's also been involved in a transaction where we were purchasing a property and he was representing the other side. During this period of time, I found him to be the person who was the most creative, the person who was most willing to bring all sides together to come up with a deal, and the most knowledgeable person involved. And so you want someone like that who is a number one advocate for you, no matter what side of a transaction that you're involved with.
I am most proud of my work with the Jackie Robinson Foundation. I actually won the Jackie Robinson Scholarship as a high school graduate, and they paid for my college education. And what I do now is I'm now the chairman of the Scholarship Selection Committee for the Jackie Robinson Foundation. And what we do every year is we give about 200 scholarships to worthy kids. And when I say worthy kids, these are kids who are high achievers academically, who do all kinds of other things, community service, they are athletes, but they are people who also give back to their community. And we pay for their college education. They get a scholarship that basically funds most, if not all, of their college tuition. And these are people that might not have otherwise had the opportunity to go to college because of money. We take away that problem and send them to school. And that's really, really something I'm proud of. The best part of my job is renovating a property and seeing a first-time homeowner get the keys, handing the keys to that home to a first-time buyer who's never owned a piece of real estate, and now their family is about to own a home. Not just have a home, own a home. And they're going to move into that house, and they're going to bring them some love and attention and pride of ownership to that neighborhood. I love that.